after the Murli class, it was story time. The teachers would, every Sunday we used to have the children's class in the main center. So about 40, 50 kids, we all would attend. The youngest kid could have been 1 year class or two class. And the oldest could have been easily, like 11, 12. But we all enjoyed storytelling time. And at that time, it was pin drop silence in the class for all of us, because we would look forward so much to Yagya stories. The teachers would tell us different stories. And the stories that we heard the most was about Brahma Baba and Mama, about their life. And sometimes if dadis, if they were visiting Malaysia, then they would invite the dadis to the children's class, and dadis would share their life experiences, personal stories with Baba and Mama. And then they'll have a English translator, and pin drop silence in the whole class. We all would be seated so alert, no movements, just in tune with the stories. And today, when this whole Murli was all about Brahma Baba, a lot of stories about Brahma Baba came in my mind that I've heard, that I've read. And that's why if you see, there's no whiteboard today, because it's all about feelings today. This Murli is all about feelings. And even in the first paragraph itself, Baba said that the spiritual life is actually a life of being embodiment of Gyan, knowledge. And why Baba says it's not a life of knowledgeful? Because it is not, if I'm just being book smart, I know all the knowledge, I know all the answers. It doesn't get me anywhere further. But Baba says it's only experience that will move me forward in this life. And being an embodiment means having all the experiences that is necessary at different moments in my life. And these experiences inspires me further. Move further. Because eventually Baba says that my relationship with Baba should not be superficial, should not be just based on Gyan. It should turn into feelings. Feelings are only possible when there are experiences. And why, if we see, in other Murlis, Shiv Baba will always say that Shiv Baba will make anything impossible to possible. Shiv Baba will do anything as long as we are connected with him. But in this Murli, Shiv Baba kept Brahma Baba in the front so much. And he said, whatever that was possible for a lot of us was impossible for Brahma Baba, actually. Because the later we come, in fact, that's what Baba said, that those souls, those children who have come much later into this path and understand this knowledge, they have so many references. They have so many lives that they can look into, seniors, so many books, so many life sharing stories. And so immediately they can learn how to resolve situations when they have answers in front of them. But for Brahma Baba, he was the pioneer. He had to set the answers. He had to lead an entire team entire family, 350 children at that time, brothers and sisters. But yet, whatever that we feel was just, it is, it's possible to have fear. It's possible that you could be unsure or be doubtful, seeing on the situations that Brahma Baba had to face. But yet, he flowed through. He passed without doubt. And so, if we look back at Brahma Baba's life from the beginning, even before Shiv Baba entered him, he was a very devoted soul, a lot of bhakti. And not just ordinary bhakti. He was every rules, every rituals. He was completely dedicated. And for him to lead such dedicated life, Jashoda Mata, Brahma Baba's wife, physical wife, also was a backbone in this, because she was very devoted with bhakti and doing all these rituals and fasting, and she would remind him. And Baba also followed through. And then between that age of the year 1932 to 1934, it was when Brahma Baba was nearing his age of 60, retirement age. In the late 50s, his age was in his late 50s. Baba started having this very contemplative questions in his mind. He was questioning what is really worth it and value in this life. And he started focusing a lot about his mind. What is his mind thinking? Where are his eyes going? And all these sense organs, what are they doing? And he used to journal, we call it journal now, before they called diary. Every night, Baba would write diary, that he's having a conversation with his ministers. And the ministers are all his subtle vehicles, which is the mind, the intellect, the eyes, mouth, all these sense organs. So whatever conversation Baba was having, Baba had with these inner subtle vehicles. Those were what Baba wrote in that journal, in the diary. And then more and more, as Baba was going more and more into the self-reflective mode, right? It was already almost like, in drama was preparing Baba for something big. Even Baba didn't know. And so slowly, there was this disinterest. Slowly, there was this ego started to get dissolved. Because Baba was very hardworking soul in his life. He never inherited anything from his parents. His parents were very poor. His father was the school headmaster in the village. And of course, his mother left body when he was young. And so he never inherited anything physically from his parents. But every penny, every money that he had in his life was hard-earned money. And so we all know that, when you work hard so much for money, it's not easy to let a grip of it, right? The sense of possessiveness, the sense of this is mine, is very strong. And so for Baba, the first ego that he was working within himself was this, in many aspects, in terms of status. He was very well known in the community. He was well known by even the Britishers. Queen Elizabeth used to be customer in his shop, in his diamond shop. Many ruling parties, British ruling parties, even the Indian Maharajas, royal families, they were his common customers. So they would come and go. He was very well known. But he was also well known for his honesty and integrity. And then towards the between the 35, 36, that's when Baba started receiving visions from Shiv Baba. When Brahma Baba didn't know what was happening, but he was just getting visions. First was the vision of destruction, uh, and then after that the vision of new world, and then a vision of Trimurti, especially vision of Vishnu, and he was getting the message that I am you. And Baba couldn't comprehend what was happening. So, and actually right before the visions started, because he was becoming very contemplative, he actually went to his guru. And Baba had 12 gurus. So the last guru, the reason guru, told Baba that why not you hold the satsang? Satsang means like a spiritual gathering in your house. And at that time, the ladies would always be alone at home because the husbands would travel out of state or out of country for businesses, and then they would come a few times a year. In fact, Baba's shop was in Baba had his business in Calcutta, and then his family was living in Sindh. And so Baba started having satsang in his home. It was called Jashoda Bhavan, his home. And a lot of these elderly souls, women, and they would come. And then Baba would discuss about the Gita, Bhagavad Gita. And then after that, this vision started for Baba. And Baba was very confused. Baba thought it was his guru that was giving him the vision. And when he asked his guru, the guru was very, because he didn't know what was happening. So then Baba understood. So it's not his guru. And slowly, understanding came for Baba. Slowly, Shiv Baba revealed. And so this entire Murli, Shiv Baba described how Brahma Baba did not become Brahma Baba because he was destined to. Brahma Baba became who he is because of his hard work. Sometimes we can easily say, oh, because they are the destined souls. That's why it's easy for them. But it's not easy for me because I'm not a destined soul. But Baba is saying, every single soul who comes to Baba, who's listening to Baba's Murli, we all are destined for something. We all are destined in some aspects, in some ways we are. But Baba says, these are like potentials. It's within us. But it takes hard work. It takes effort to bring it out. And that is why in this Murli, Baba entirely spoke about Brahma Baba to inspire us about Brahma Baba. And so every point that Baba mentioned in this Murli, I just remember so many stories about Dadi's, Dadi Janki, Dadi Prakashmani, Dadi Gulzar. They would come, they would tell us their stories, because when dadis used to come to the children's class, when they looked at us, suddenly they are reminded of their childhood. So automatically stories started pouring out from them. Dadi Gulzar, she came at the age of 8. So she was like one of us in this class. And she would get so fascinated when she would see us, and she would just start sharing the stories. So let me just explain, each and every point that Baba spoke in this Murli. The first point that really, maybe we may not have paid so much attention because it was just one single line, that whole Murli. And that one line was, Baba said that whatever you have has been given to you by Baba. So that means what Baba is saying, anything that is physical, any skill sets, specialities, everything is given by Baba anyways. Then what is it I'm offering to Baba? I'm not giving Baba anything that is mine. I'm only offering whatever he has given me. But there is one thing that is mine, and Baba says, that is my mind, my intellect, the soul itself. And Baba says, when I surrender that, when I take inspiration from Brahma Baba's life, take power from Shiv Baba, that's the idea of being equal. And of course, if you see logically also, we cannot be 100% like Brahma Baba. We cannot be a copy of Brahma Baba. We know that for sure. But we can be like Brahma Baba to the best percentage that we individually can. We all have, we say we all have our perfect self. And that perfect self in our sanskaras has these qualities of Brahma Babas to a certain extent, to a certain degree. And that is all Baba wants us to do, to reach out to that. Right? Because if I feel that I want to be a copy of Brahma Baba, and when I see certain weaknesses erupting in me, I feel like, well, I'm not worth it. I'm not fit. But that's not what Baba is telling. Baba is telling, take inspiration. Brahma Baba's lifestyle is like almost like, you can say, like a open book. Open book. All the answers for exams. How he connected with Shiv Baba. And how am I connecting with Shiv Baba? These are very, very deeply understanding matters. If I don't go to the depth, then I would only be swimming surface. Efforts will be surface. Efforts will not be deep. Okay? So that one line, that itself, Baba said, what else will you give? You be equal to Baba. That is the return. That is the return I can give Baba. Okay? And then, and also being equal is also means to be merged in love. To be merged in love, sometimes maybe some of you could have experienced when you sit in meditation, you feel like you don't even need to work hard to connect or to concentrate. You feel like an energy is pulling you. Energy is pulling you and you are just moving along with it. But you are not doing any visuals. You're not listening to anything to develop concentration, not doing anything. That's just pulling you. That is called being merged. Is that no hard work, but you're just pulled like a magnet. And so these moments sometimes that I have had in my life, how can I increase it and make it more frequently? Not sometimes I merge, other times I'm lost. And then I'm trying to make effort to connect again. And then my expectation will remain. I should have that same equal experience that I had at that time. And then I'm working hard now. Why can't I have the same experience? Why am I struggling now? So expectation builds then and now, that experience and now. And so Baba says that to have that sense of to be merged in love, that this is what it means to be equal. Then after that, the other portion of the Murli, Baba is explaining the how, what to do, so I can be merged in that love, so I can have these experiences longer and frequent in my life. And so Baba then spoke about Shiv Baba spoke about these specialities of Brahma Baba. See, even it's only Shiv Baba who is talking about Brahma Baba. Brahma Baba never spoke about him. Brahma Baba never encouraged even anyone to have his photographs taken or to throw flowers at him or to bow his feet. He said, no, a child's place is in the father's heart, not on the father's feet. Okay? So there are 4 specialities that Shiv Baba has described about Brahma Baba. And first speciality is that how Baba, Brahma Baba, he had a lot of zeal and enthusiasm, and he made everyone special. He made everyone to feel that they're special through his attitude. If you see Baba, Baba said here, he had the zeal and enthusiasm at every moment to make everyone feel that they're special. Right? And the reason why Baba was able to do that was very much the fact that Baba had this deep understanding about drama. Even though Baba knew that this child, could be a last number child, but even then, Baba saw what this child has talent, what capability this child had. And Baba would make that soul known that you are special because of this. Because Baba would always say that every one of us are just playing our roles as per drama, including even people in the outside world. They are also playing their role according to drama. And even if they were to make any mistakes, any negative actions, speak negative words, even that is also as per their role. And it is nobody chooses the role we play, what is given to us. And Baba says, one is they are playing their role, and second, they don't have the gyan. So they're ignorant. And so Baba says that then we cannot penalize them for being ignorant. They're just enacting the role that they're given. But in fact, Baba said that that child is actually could be suffering with them. Even they could be putting a very self-sufficient face, attitude in front of others, that they're okay and that they don't need anything or anyone. But the child could be suffering. Baba says, then that time, don't add pain to that soul, but find ways how you can uplift them. If not through words, at least through thoughts. Okay? But if I, after knowing everything, if I make, again, same mistakes, I'm not called ignorant soul anymore. I cannot be classified as ignorant. I can be classified as just not being aware. That is why Baba says, knowing everything and still not doing, penalty is heavy. Guilt is heavy. Right? So the first aspect is to have the zeal and enthusiasm within the self, and also enabling others, to instill that enthusiasm in others by making them feel that they are special. And then the second aspect of speciality of Brahma Baba was that he was a karma yogi. Okay? He never spoke or instructed, but he did everything through his actions. This is a very famous story. Maybe a lot of you do know about this story, but I'll just share. In June, July, or during the monsoon season, in India. So at that time, there was once Baba asked, Boli Dadi. Boli Dadi, she was like the chef in the kitchen at that time. Very, very well versed in all sort of cooking and sweets, very tireless soul. And Baba asked Boli Dadi, after the evening night class, Baba asked her that tomorrow, let's make, lapsi. Lapsi is made of cracked wheat, and lapsi is like a sweet dish. So Baba said, tomorrow make lapsi for everyone. So because it's raining season, so hot food for everyone would be very good. And Boli Dadi kept quiet. And then Baba understood. Baba said, do we not have the stock of this crack wheat? Boli Dadi said, Baba, the crack wheat is not prepared because you have to sort out, it would come with a lot of stones, other particles. So first you need to sort out the grain, then you need to mill it, you need to break it because it comes with the shell. And so Baba is not ready to cook for cooking. So then Baba told her, okay. So then in the if some of you have been to Pandavaban, you will know where the transportation office is. Right in front of opposite of History Hall. That time that building had veranda. It was an open roof. So, sometimes how Baba says, go during Amrit Vela, go up to the roof and sit. So that building had like open roof. Sometimes Baba would even do classes there. So Baba told her, okay, you on the chat pe, on the veranda, you go and put a few sacks and then put like few trays, and Baba will come. So then after the class, instead of going to his room, Baba went to the veranda upstairs. So Baba knew all the children will follow because Baba was like the honey, right? All the bees would follow Baba wherever Baba would go. Then Baba took one tray. Baba started cleaning the grains. And then one child would come and he said, no, Baba, let me do. So then Baba would take another tray, and then another one would say, no, Baba, let me do. So in that way, within 20 minutes, that sacks of grains were cleaned within 20 minutes. And then after that, Baba said, okay, next day, it has to be milled. It has to be broken down. So they had an ox. What do you call ox? Ox is cow.
No. In Hindi, they say bail. Bullock.
Okay. So then Baba says tomorrow that will be, broken down, and then it will be ready for lapsi. So Baba never told the children to do anything without him doing. Baba's actions was loud enough. People, because they had so much love and bhavna for Baba, as soon as they see Baba starting to do something, they would come. Then the whole crowd will come and the job gets done. If one or two had to sit and do it, it would probably take hours. But when the whole team, the whole family chips in, it finishes very fast. So that was the example, when Baba says, Baba was a karma yogi and Baba made everyone as a karma yogi. So Baba thought through actions. And then the third aspect that Baba says, he served everyone. He gave a sense of belonging to everyone. And really Brahma Baba lived that way also. A lot of them, there were children there. They had one building for the children to have their classes, like a hostel, ashram. And then the children would have lessons. Dadi Gulzar was in the children's class. And in that children's class, they would be taught like the basic history, geography. And then after that, a lot about spiritual disciplines, the Murli. And then Baba would, whenever Baba would go to the children's class, you can see Baba, it's like Baba becomes a child himself. Baba would play with them, Baba would make jokes, and Baba would, they would all run up to Baba. It's like, the way you interact with a the child feels that you are understanding them. That was how Baba. And then when Baba would meet with the Kumaris, they were young teenagers. They were in their teens. And then there were also, of course, the Kumars, boys, and how Baba would interact with them. Baba would play badminton with them, where the Tower of Pieces, that was actually a badminton court. And of course, the neighboring buildings at that time wasn't there, it was then built later. But that was badminton court, and Baba would play with them, badminton. It's like youngster, you're playing with youngsters. And then they would all cheer, and Baba would cheer. And then when Baba would meet the elderly souls, the mothers, fathers, Baba would sit and Baba would talk about the world. Baba would talk about what's happening in the world. Baba would talk about his own life experiences, because Baba himself was in an older age and he has seen life and experienced. So then every soul, immaterial of what age the body carried, they were able to relate with Baba. And that is why they felt like Baba understands me. Baba knows exactly, soul in my age, what I'm going through. As a teenager, what do I go through? As a child, what do I go through? Baba gets it. And accordingly, Baba would teach them. Baba would talk to them. You don't feel you are isolated. You don't feel like you are too small in a gathering because you are young and everyone else is old, or you feel like you're too old because everyone else around you are young. No. So this is the sense of belonging everyone felt with Baba. And everyone felt that Baba loved them more than Baba would love anyone. And the fourth aspect about Baba's speciality is Baba saw speciality and virtues in others. And one aspect I remember that the Janki, when Baba sent her to, Baba sent her to Karnal, then Baba sent her to Pune. So Dadi, she, to open centers. Then Dadi recently, she opened a center in Pune. After that, she came to Madhuban. She brought this group of students from Pune. She came to Madhuban. And the center was so new. And Baba then told her that, okay, pack your bags now and go with Mama to, Mama was actually going to Delhi. Mama was going to Delhi at that time. So Baba told Dadi, pack your bags now and go with Mama. So Dadi hesitated a little, like, the center is just open, so who's going to handle the center? And Baba told in front of the whole crowd that Baba told her, Bakri. Baba told that you are Bakri. Bakri means you are a goat. That means you are having fear. You are, you are anxious. You're thinking. Baba says, you're not Bakri. Nene. Baba said that Bakri. Then Baba says, Baba never called her Beti. Baba always called her Beta, son, Janak Beta. And Baba said something about, remember Dadi would always say this, the Baba ki sher, Mama ki sajja. Like, Baba would tell, it means that, you are Baba's tiger, like lion, go with Mama. And then after that, so then Dadi went, and it was Baba knew, Dadi was a very strong character actually. Even in her Lokik life, Dadi was a very, very strong character. She wasn't like a very soft, easily intimidated type of character. And in Delhi, Punjab side, souls of that region also equally have very, very strong character, especially when it comes to certain culture. They're very, very strong. So, and they're very like fighting. I wouldn't say fighting spirit, but they are type that don't give up or give in easily. And so Baba sent her there. Baba knew her speciality. And Baba knew that she will be able to do it. And Baba sent her there. So each and every Kumaris and Dadis, Baba knew what was their specialty and Baba sent them exactly to that specific places where that specialty could be put to use. And so the Kumaris, of course, they didn't know that they had that specialty. But all they knew was if Baba is telling, meaning it is right. If Baba is telling, means I'm doing it. And they go, they do. They don't know any answers. They don't know where they're going, but they just say Hanji and they go. And things started opening up. It wasn't hard. I mean, it wasn't easy in the beginning. It wasn't easy at all for any of them because they have not known the outside world. They've stayed in Mount Abu for a long time. What kept them moving? Faith. Baba instilled that deep faith. Every Dadis has their own stories, actually. So those were the 4 specialities that Shiv Baba emphasized. And Shiv Baba said, follow Brahma Baba in these 4 ways. As much as you can. Make the effort and follow to whatever degree, percentage you can. We cannot be like Brahma Baba for sure, but we can be his, what do you call, descendant? We can portray.
Follower?
I think follower, can use the word follower, but Baba wouldn't really like us to use the word follower because Baba says, a child is never a follower of the father, but a child is always a person who inherits, copies the father. So Baba wants us to be like a copy to our degree, to our best, how Brahma Baba lived and what are his, how he dealt with himself and with the world, how he viewed the world. Baba wants us to copy that. And then Baba spoke about the steps of courage that Brahma Baba took. And remember that before this whole spiritual path opened up to him, before Shiv Baba came into Brahma Baba, like I said, he was a very, very well-known, well-respected figure in the community, not just in that town, but many other towns also, even in Calcutta. And for things, when whatever Shiv Baba, whatever direction Shiv Baba gave Brahma Baba, when he started following these directions, then community started humiliating him because the directions that he was teaching, Shiv Baba was teaching through him, was against the code of conduct of the community at that time. Especially, it was a taboo thing to give women priorities, importance. And that is very much the exact thing that Baba did. And in 1936 and 1937, all the wealth that Brahma Baba earned through his hard-earned money, all the wealth, Shiv Baba told him, make a trust and put all this wealth in the trust and hand it over to 8 Kumaris. And Baba even said, who are those 8 Kumaris? They are the 8 Dadis now, because they left body. But these Kumaris were in their teens. They were 16, 14. Dadi Janki was 21. She was 21. And so, but still, Brahma Baba did it without doubt. And that is when Brahma Baba felt so light, carefree. Because everything that he did, he followed what Shiv Baba said. Shiv Baba took care of everything. Shiv Baba became responsible for everything, and Brahma Baba became carefree. That is why Shiv Baba kept telling that the reason how Brahma Baba became carefree, the reason how Brahma Baba was able to surrender was because of his faith and followed Srimad completely. So he surrendered 5 aspects of his life. First was his body. And you know, at that age, you are in your 60s and 70s and 80s, body becomes a little fragile too. You're no longer in a young body. And so when we look at ourselves, you know, in this age, in an elderly age, we tend to feel a lot of tasks, a lot of chores are, we feel, oh, it's too much for me. I can't do this. I have no energy. Then we tend to take more rest. But it was complete opposite for Brahma Baba. If you really see, when he was in his locket, he didn't have to do, I mean, yes, apart from his business, but he didn't have to do so much of physical, you know, hard work. But after coming to Shiv Baba, there was a lot of physical hardship. There was poverty, and then building everything, every single thing was done. And how Shiv Baba used his body, it's a miracle. You know, whenever Shiv Baba would need him to, you know, sit up and start writing the Murli, doesn't matter what time it is, 12 o'clock, 1 a.m., anybody would like to come and see Baba, even if it is 11 p.m. Brahma Baba was ready. He was ready, available for Shiv Baba to use him. So even the body, consciousness of the body, this is my body, was not there. Shiv Baba didn't take permission from Brahma Baba to use him. Shiv Baba didn't ask, I need to come into you right now. Can you stop sleeping? Can you stop eating? No, he would just come. Baba would be ready. So that is the aspect of surrender. There was once Dadi Janki, she brought this group of mothers, 8 mothers, and there was one child also in that group. I think the child was like 4 or 5 years old, and they took the train. I think it was Karnal, Pune, I'm not sure. And then they reached the train station, Abu Road, and it was raining heavily. So Baba sent one of the Dadi, I'm not sure the name, to the station and to tell them, you know, don't come up right now because it's raining. And the path to walk up to Madhuban, it broke, meaning that there was mudslide because of the rain. So they couldn't walk. It was all stones. And these mothers, including Dadi could have easily been in her 40s. And these mothers, they all decided, Dadi said, you know, we've come this far. Why should we wait here? Because it wasn't easy for these mothers to leave their homes and come. And so they said, this is our opportunity to see Baba. And so let's go. So they walked in that rain, and you know, all the slippery slopes and stones, they walked up onto Madhuban. And those of you, again, in Pandab Bhavan, if you see on your way to the dining hall, or where the Toli department is, opposite Toli department is the brother, he does the ironing. There's a room. He does the ironing. So what Baba did, Baba appreciated these mothers so much, and they're fully drenched, wet and mud, but they were so happy to see Baba. Baba took them into that room, and Baba started washing their feet. Baba was massaging their feet, and Dadi was so shocked, and everyone around was so shocked. Baba told other sisters, bring hot water, and Baba was massaging their feet. And then Dadi said, Baba, it's okay, we are okay. And then Baba said, you know, that you know, in the Rama in the Mahabharata, there is this scene where Draupadi's feet was being massaged. Baba says, it is that memorial. In what Baba is doing now, this is that memorial that was written in Mahabharata. And so there's so much love. And then when that same group, when they were going to leave, around like 11 p.m. Dadi Janki came up to Baba's room because she saw Baba's light was on. So she came up, and then Baba immediately saw her, and Baba woke up from his bed and sat on the bed, and then, "Aao bachchi, well, come child, what do you want something?" And then after that she said, "Baba, the mothers, they will leave tomorrow, so they would like to come and see you." And then Baba said, "Abhi, like now?" She said, "No, not Abhi, no, not now, maybe tomorrow." Baba says, "Kal kyun? Abhi. Bulao sabko. Why tomorrow? Call them now. It's already 11 p.m. So she went, she woke them up, she brought them to Baba's room. And the Baba's room, by the way, is where the meditation room is. It's one of the Char Dham in Pandit Bhavan. Of course, it wasn't as fancy as that. That room now is being expanded. It was way different back then. It was very small. So Baba was there, and Baba spoke to them until the next day morning. And Baba was telling to every mother that if, like one of the mother's name was Kamla, say, if I was Kamla, I will make this effort. Then if I was Devi, I will make this effort. So to every single mother, Baba said, if I was you, I would do this. If I was you, I would do this. Baba gave very specific, loving advices to the mothers. And they were very touched because Dadi was sharing these stories to us. Very, very touched. And then they left. So Baba slept hardly 2 hours, actually. And the whole time, however Shiv Baba wanted to use his body, Baba was present. So that was first surrender, was the body. Second surrender was the mind. And of course, Baba, how he surrendered his mind, that's why Baba says, Man Manabhav, stabilize your mind in my remembrance, and absorb your mind in my love. So that is the way how Brahma Baba stabilized his mind. He surrendered his mind. That's why every thought that appeared in his mind was successful. It manifested. Right? And then third was the wealth. Like I said, trust was created. He put all the money in the trust. He didn't think, oh, I'm in my retired stage, or I'm in my old age, what will happen to me? What will happen to my family? Baba had 5 children. There were 3 daughters and 2 sons. And not the whole family was practiced this gyan. So only 2 of his children. One was Narayan Dada for some time. After that, he left. And then we have Dadi Nirmal Shanta. That was also Baba's daughter. So she stayed and she practiced. Baba's wife herself, Jashoda Mata. And Baba didn't worry about the family, because Baba actually one time, Baba told, when he was surrendering all this wealth, Baba told Jashoda Mata that, I am going to surrender all this wealth to Shiv Baba. And then what will you do? And then Jashoda Mata said, I will also do the same. I will also surrender. So she removed all her jewelries, all these valuable things that she had. She gave Baba. This is all Shiv Baba's also, except a nose stud. She kept this nose studs. And Baba said, why are you keeping this then? Then she said, well, this is a symbol of a married woman. This is the sign of a married woman. Then Brahma Baba said, I myself am not yours. So who are you married to? I am Shiv Baba's. Aren't you Shiv Baba's also? Aren't you Shiv Baba's bride? Then it clicked on her and she removed it and then she said, yes, I am Shiv Baba's bride. So this is how Baba also turned, he converted his consciousness from a Lokik, very bodily blood consciousness, to alokik, spiritual consciousness, dealing with same souls, right? Family, his Jashoda Mata was in the yajna, Nirmal Shanta Dadi was in the yajna, and Baba's eldest son's wife, Brijindra Dadi was in the yajna. And also a lot of this, Baba's uncle, Vishwa Kishore, what Baba would call Bhav, he was also in the yajna. So a lot of family members were also following, but Baba didn't have physical bodily connection with them. Baba had, Baba created such high spiritual vision for every soul. So that was how, in terms of relationships. And then the fifth is the intellect, because intellect has a lot of ego. Intellect has a lot of consciousness of I, right? And so how Baba surrendered that, and Baba made his only pillar of support was Shiv Baba. Ek bal, ek bharosa. One strength, one support. And he went on, even though there were a lot of oppositions from the whole community, from the government, from the police, from the politicians, so many oppositions. But nothing shook him and nothing harmed him. Nobody could harm Baba's children. If I'm following Baba's Srimad, nothing can harm me because I'm doing only what Shiv Baba is telling. There is always safety. That is why in the end, Baba put this big, Baba ended with this powerful sentence. Baba said that Shiv Baba is always my protector and my benefactor. Shiv Baba is always my protector and always my benefactor. Baba protects me because I am following what Baba is telling me. So every, whatever that has to happen, Baba protects me. And benefactor, Baba will never tell me to do something that could endanger me, that could bring me loss, right? So this was the highlight. So the first highlight, Baba started with that highlight that Baba said, everything you have is what I've given you. There is really nothing you're giving me except your mind, your intellect, basically the soul. You're giving me just you. You're becoming equal to me. And then Baba ended the Murli with this highlight again. Baba says, I am your protector and I am your benefactor. So this was story about Brahma Baba, and of course there are tons and tons of stories, but we have more stories but less time. Okay, so that's why I didn't feel that this Murli needed charting. This Murli is all about heart. It's all about feelings. Feel Baba, then remembrance becomes like this. Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you.